Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. We are playing on the Megalomaniac map and we are almost about to link up another little town over here, and there's some other oil lines that we just started with in the last episode. But firstly, I would just like to talk a little bit about all the comments and support that I've got for this series. It's really awesome. A lot of stuff happening, lots of people commenting, liking and so on, so I absolutely love it. Please keep doing that. If you are enjoying this series, please hit that like button. Okay, some of the things, some of the applications that was made by the Planning Commission and the Planning Commissioners for the various districts in our play, or in our map, in our area. Yes, was firstly, the Planning Commissioner for Van upon Chaos Flow over here has requested a code change from VUF to VAN, and that was absolutely approved. So we'll go over here and we could quickly make that change. So that, since we haven't actually used the code on any lines yet, the code has now been changed to VAN. Awesome. Another application that we had is from Genesis District over here, requesting that we route freight traffic for the area of Genesis along the river. So I think what we can do over here, that was approved as well. I think what we can do over here is we can add a new freight terminal or station somewhere over here with freight traffic bypassing the town on the riverside over here. I think we will leave this freight terminal in here just to make sure that we can still deliver freight from the mixed trains, and then we'll go from there. Okay, some of the other comments that I've got was there should be a big port in Van upon Chaos Flow, and I think we can make that happen. We should look at expanding the town into the direction of the river. I think we can make that happen. One of the things we should be linking up is food, so we will go ahead and maybe look for a starting point for the food industry over here somewhere for us. So maybe we'll see about growing into this area, Harlow over here, where we can maybe link up a little bit of food. I don't know. We'll have to have a look at that in a little bit more detail. You guys want a huge highway across the map, and I think that's a good idea. We will eventually have it. I think it's a little early in the game to do that, but we will eventually have a nice big highway that runs probably the length of the map. You want to have big rail yards in towns, and so we will certainly, I think the idea is that these modular stations should grow into fairly big rail yards, so I think that is quite a good one. And then we need to balance the construction material a little bit over here. So if we go back up here, at the moment we're running the construction material on one line, dropping off there, dropping off here, or actually maybe the other way around. I don't know, there's a little bit of a loop going on over here. And so the request is actually just to run it into this station over here, and then we'll run some other vehicles into the distribution area. So those are the kind of things that we had chatting about on the Discord and on the comments and so on, and I do think that's awesome. But one of the biggest issues we have at the moment is we are not actually generating any demand over here. The production is there. There's nothing being shipped at the moment, so these ships are not doing their job. And I believe the reason for that is probably this setup that we've got going over here. Even though they don't seem to be, do they link to each other? I don't quite oh, maybe this doesn't. I don't know. Let's try one more thing here first before we start setting up another line. You're also saying please use the country roads. Anyway, we will try that a little bit. So what I'm going to try and do is, if we can do something like this. Oh, we're not curving it, are we? Anyway, it doesn't matter that we're not curving it. And we will run that straight up here. Can we find a spot? We can find a spot somewhere over there. So if we do that, does that actually allow us to link that up? It does not, huh? It goes up to here. Oh man, so it is just a little bit too far away. Let's try one more thing. just before we go and do our worst here, let's try if we run it in. Why is there a collision? Oh, there's a collision over here. Hang on. Let's try that again. Let's actually give it a little bit of a curve going on here. Yeah, that could be good. If we try that, does that actually link these two together? It also does not. Okay. So I think the idea is that what we need to do is we need to set up some kind of a truck route or something here. So let's let's demolish this little section. That's okay. Then we need to set up some form of a truck route. I want to demolish that and try that one more time over there. But yeah, that is unfortunate that that we ended up getting it like so. So it's not actually reaching. That is really quite unfortunate. Where does this link to? All the way up to here, and then it kind of stops. So, oh, and up to there. So it actually does go through here. It just doesn't want to... Okay, so it does actually route through there. It just doesn't go any further than that. Okay, anyway, so we're not going to bother with that too much now. What we do, however, want to do... so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and actually just link this, this up over there. Oh, this is actually... hang on, let's upgrade all of that a little... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not at all what I wanted to do. I wanted to... Oh, this is the one. This is the tool. That's the tool I wanted. Okay, now, that doesn't make a difference, right? No, it's still a distance thing, I think. We can't get that any closer. Can we get it closer by making it a bigger road? That's my question here. I want to test it. I want to test it. Collisions everywhere. Okay, no, it's not going to work. Okay, what I want to do, based on the comments, is that we should actually try and set up a separate line from here into town, so that we can use the ships in both directions. So the ship brings out crude, and then the crude goes up there. Then this comes in here only, and then the ship takes it in here, and then we run it in here a little bit. It's probably going to have the shipping line be a little bit more profitable, but I'm not too sure that's going to do the same thing for that. So as a starting point, let's make sure that we get our truck stations in here. So we definitely want to go and pick up some stuff here. Where exactly though? If we do this, that is an interesting situation that we find ourselves in. If we do something like that, will it work? I don't think it'll work. I don't think it'll work. I honestly don't think it'll work. Anyway, we'll do that. We'll get a bit of a truck station in there. I'm going to actually go ahead and delete this so that we can expand that truck station. Let's configure that. I want to go ahead and extend these a fair bit. I think something like that, maybe 4. Yeah, something like that should do the trick. Okay. Then I want to grab us an additional street access over here. Yeah, that is getting a little sizable. Okay, so now with that in mind, now we need to kind of redo this whole setup over here. Do not want to delete the actual rails. Okay, let's delete. Sorry, we're redoing this thing again. Okay, now let's get our roads in here. I'm gonna go with the just the medium country roads, I think, and I'm not interested in upgrading. I'm actually interested in running it like so, and then we'll go and turn it in here. Like that, and then we'll see about running it. Honestly, you're not gonna want to run through there in any way or shape. That really frustrates me. If we do that, can we now maybe get it to... Honestly, oh, you know what? It's this. It's how this whole rail thing works here. My goodness, our money is okay. Can we? Okay, fine. Let's just do that. We'll tie it in like so. There we go. Not the greatest. We'll get over here, then we'll kind of turn it in so it touches there. We'll run it up here with a little bit of room in between the two, and we probably need something like a bit of a truck stop or something over here. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and preempt the need for something bigger later by adding this guy in here. Bit of a truck stop. We'll also go ahead and configure that. Actually, we don't need to configure that just yet. That'll be just fine. What we do, however, need to do is tie this street in there, which is okay. We'll go ahead and do that. Now we need obviously trucks to start. It just feels so pointless to have this whole setup over here. Anyway, get ourselves a bit of a truck depot or a road depot. Maybe more appropriate. Yeah, something like that. Should be fine. Now we're going to need to go and do a little bit of a line here. So we'll say from here to there. My goodness, that is crazy. Okay, so that's it. We probably need to name it something. Let's rename it. This is going to be, what is our this is road. And this is GNS fuel factory. Let's just call it fuel, oil factory. Oil factory? Oil factory? It's not a factory, is it? Oil plant. Let's just make it, it's a processing plant, I think. Oil plant, and that is crude oil. Okay, so we'll do, that's just like a local distribution section there. I think maybe just two should do the trick. 2 vehicles for the time being. We'll grab these guys. Yeah, I think about 2 of them should do the trick. We'll buy that. We will set them to our new oil line over here. So now hopefully the demand and the shipment will start happening straight away. Yeah, there you can see shipment is immediately a thing. So we should start seeing that oil being shipped a little bit. So that should help us out a fair bit over here. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that be for a while. So that just kind of runs. I can actually check this line to see what its processing rate is. If I check, where is it? Oil plant. I just want to open that up and see. So that's got a rate of 80. A rate of 80. I want to check this line over here. What's this rate? That's a rate of 526. So we probably need much more. But anyway, we'll come back and test that a little bit later. One of the things that I want to do now is quickly set up this whole thing, because we are starting to see some problems with our emissions through town, which I think I showed last time. The idea is that we want to have another look at what we're doing with our routes over here. So this route is effectively not running through town anymore, but I do think I want to take out that one, and we only run it up to here. So let's manage the line. I want to take out George Street, please. So let's drop George Street, and we'll drop that one. So we'll just go Chaos Grad and back. I think that's generally the idea. Then I want to set up another local distribution line within Chaos Grad over here. So let's go ahead and add ourselves, not from there, but from here. We'll add another line. From here all the way to the distribution facility. We could and we'll extend that as we need to for the other for the commercial distribution over here. So this line is going to be it's a road-based line. It's going to be what is our CGD freight distribution, local, local. Yeah, that's just local, and it's going to be goods freight, right? Yeah, is that right? That's right. Yeah. Okay, so we've got another line set up over there. So the idea is that we go ahead and grab ourselves some vehicles. I don't know, maybe like 6 of them should do the trick, and we'll put them on the freight line, the freight local distribution, CGD, local goods freight. There we go. Put that on there. So hopefully that will now be able to move things a little bit more in accordance with the demands that we have. That's dropping, but it should sort itself out fairly quickly. We can go ahead and have a look at what our processing rates are over here. We're currently producing 600, only shipping 300, and we're transporting 62%, I believe. So does that mean it's like 150 or something? 160? Let's quickly have a look here. What's our rate? 237 is our rate here. Anyway, and over here, yeah, we're not close to producing all of this stuff yet. So we need to have a look at that a little bit more. Okay, good stuff. What I want to do is, in terms of our approvals over here, we needed to provide an additional freight station over here. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and grab ourselves a 2-track freight station, just like so. Actually, just a 1-track for now. We'll make it a little longer at 240. Oh, there's our first plane. There is our first plane, guys. And we will route freight through this area over here. So let's see about maybe getting that lined up with the main road there. Alternatively, the main road can cross and go over the river. So if we do something like this instead, yeah, maybe that's a little better. We'll squeeze it in. Yeah, something like there would be, I think, an appropriate spot. Obviously cost us a little bit of money in terms of maintenance, and we're not going to use that straight away. I want to extend some of our roads just out there a little bit. Actually, let's do something like this. And the other thing I wanted to do was maybe run this guy like this. Yeah, absolutely. So let's tie that in there. That's going to be good. And we will bring this one up here, and we'll tie that in there. And I think that's going to be an appropriate kind of block to start with. What we'll do is we'll have this one run and maybe bridge over the rail and over the river at some point, because that's a fairly large road, and we can tie into that road at some point. But anyway, that's the starting point of what will be our bypass for freight. That's starting to look pretty good. What's happening over here? We are starting to move a fair bit of oil, so that is awesome. Hopefully we'll start seeing some stuff. These guys aren't actually keeping pace with it, so we do need to up our numbers here a fair bit. So let's add an extra 6 of them over here, and we'll assign them to our oil plant line. Crude oil is now available over here, so let's quickly see. This train should pick up all of this crude processed oil. Actually, not crude oil, processed oil. Right here. How much can it take, by the way? Oh, a full 99, I think. Anyway, so that should start making us a little bit of money over here, and start taking that in here into town, into Genesis Town over here, and then we'll see about potentially further moving it on to Chaos Grad. Okay. So with that initial setup done, I think the next thing we need to do is see about how we link up Van upon Chaos Flow, because a lot of this fuel could quite easily move over here, and we could even do it by road. But let's do a little bit of town planning out here for Van. Okay, so let's see if so the main kind of routes into town would be something like that. So we can go ahead and maybe let's upgrade. Not going to be able to upgrade all of that though. Okay, let's tie this together over here as a starting point. What we can do is we can then go ahead and maybe upgrade a little bit like that. So we've got a fairly sizable road coming in. What we will also do is we will then maybe split it off. Come on. Split it off over here. So it's a bit of a junction situation there. We run that down there. Tie it in. Yeah, absolutely. So now we can actually, immediately we see the town starting to come to life a little bit over here. I'll do a little something like this. We'll offset that intersection just a tad there, and I'll run it maybe straight through here. We'll tie it in there, and that's going to kind of be a starting point for a city setup here. We'll just trim this one back for now. Now, the idea is now we will now get ourselves a bit of a train station over here, and we'll plan out our city to grow into this direction. So the train station over here will be a passenger train station. It will be a through station, even though it might not be a requirement to have a through station over here. But the through stations just end up being so much more flexible later on. So the train station will be in this part of town. out over here with the intention that we're growing towards the river. So this is what we're going to try and do. We're going to try and grow towards the river from here. We're using slightly longer platforms now so that we can kind of get ready for bigger trains. So we'll do a little something like this. And then the idea is that we need to bring in some of our nice town roads here. Actually, maybe what we can do is let's run a nice big road right alongside this. Oh yeah, that's awesome. We'll have to see. We'll probably do freight maybe on the other side and see how we do deal with that. So there's a fairly big road there. So what I'm keen on doing is maybe just kind of running one out like this. Nice. I think that's working quite well. We'll extend this road here a little. We've got some road vehicles in a very poor condition. We'll extend that over there also. And then we'll add some more of these roads to maybe kind of tie off of there. Have a little bit of a loop around. Yeah, something like this, and straight into the main road over here. Nice, that's looking good. I'm going to do a very similar thing on that side. Okay, something like that. We'll do a fairly straight section over here. Yeah, we do need to look at those roads though. And then what we'll do is we'll just tie in a little something like this, and go ahead and upgrade this road a little bit like so. There we go. So now we've got a little bit going on here. We could also just go ahead and run this one straight in there. And oh yeah, man, that's pretty good. And maybe run this one right over here. And at the time for that, I'll just kind of block that out. It just keeps growing it, doesn't it? Likes that little shape there. Anyway, that's going to be the starting point of this. What we'll also do is we'll make sure to get our passenger buildings over here. So let's get, I do like these though, but we probably need, I'm going to do that. Yeah, let's trim this out a little and see about grabbing that in there. Can we? Ooh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Alternatively, we can turn it around completely and do it the other way. Yeah, look at that. I like that even more. So we'll go ahead, squeeze that in there. Excellent. So we've got a nice little station right over here with people being able to walk across there. Actually, this is looking really cool. And we'll go ahead and tie that up there. So now we can actually start doing our transport services over here. Somewhere we will need a little bit of a road depot. So let's get our depot in place. Our money is really growing at the moment. So we can go ahead and get van linked up quite nicely here. Can we squeeze it in? Nah, we cannot. Not without taking stuff out. And that's not the intention at all. I'm not going to squeeze in on this side either. No, it doesn't. Okay. Not at... Ooh, it actually does. Okay, so let's give it a little bit of room to do something like that. Excellent. That is a pretty nice fit right there. Okay, so we've got that going on for ourselves. Now let's extend our rail line over here. So this train should now start to see some good money coming in. Now let's extend our rail line to tie in over here. At the same time, and then the question is, how do we cross? Do we just do crossings? Yeah, probably just do crossings to the other side also. But for the time being, I think it's going to take a while for the town to grow into that direction. So let's start it off straight over there, and then we'll start turning it in. Yeah, that's good. Right there, and... yeah, so the question is something like this. So we'll run it in like this, and then we'll just rejig from that area. Okay, so this is kind of how we're going to do it for now. So you're going to tie in over there and tie in over here. And the idea is that we can trim back all the way to here if we expand this station here so that we can make use of that. Let's get some of these guys going on. So that's the direction that way, this way. That's good there, and we probably need another tie-in right over here. Yeah, with another, yeah, okay. How much is that? That's a good million cool mil over there, and it's going to take all of that back to town. That's good. So the town should actually start growing quite nicely as well. That's about a 70k move there, and let's make sure that you can in fact switch. Yeah, that's the idea, that's the intention. So what I actually want to do is let's move that one forward a little bit, and what we'll do is we'll just get rid of this little signal right over there. So that should work quite well. We'll also go ahead and grab ourselves a little signal kind of right over here, just to give a weight for these guys to kind of come in here and back out that way. Yeah, that should be pretty good. So now we've got van upon chaos flow connected into the main line, which the main line will move from time to time. Obviously the main line would probably divert through here, depending on how exactly that is done. Okay, let's quickly see. What can we do? So we've got this train running. It's bringing construction materials, and it could probably start taking back some of the stuff. Some of these. Oh, look at these buildings! My goodness, Genesis Town over here is starting to really boom. Growing quite substantially due to us providing lots of stuff here. Okay, that's good. That is definitely part of what we want to see. Chaos Grad, on the other hand, is probably stagnating a little bit. Yeah, stagnating at the moment because we need more stuff in here. But it is getting a fair bit of the construction materials it needs. It does, however, need the rest. So what I'm thinking we do is, what we could do is we could run more trains on the line and get it all the way over here. The other thing that we're missing here, of course, is we don't have a freight facility right yet. Okay, so let's. I'm going to extend it. Sorry, I'm going to extend it for the freight facility. Platforms, freight. Thank you. And that is actually, I think, fairly problematic for us in the sense that. Okay. Anyway, that should do the trick. So we've got tracks in there. But what we don't have is cargo building. Can we squeeze something like this in here? Will it actually work? Will we be able to tie that in? Will that become a connected building? Can we instead maybe do... I think we do need a cargo building. I think we do need a street access cargo building. If we do that, does that actually connect to it or not? Doesn't actually connect to it. If we do MISC then and we say... Come on, buddies, grab this. Oh, that actually then does tie in. Maybe that's all we need. And this is just kind of a one little platform over here. We'll have to see how we rejig this thing at a later point. But I think for now it's going to be sensible. Also, what I would like us to do then is just grab ourselves the cargo thing here. Probably on this side completely. So if I do something like that. Nice. Ooh, Crocodile, Schneider, and the Donderbush, which is pretty good, actually. 100 kph, but we've already had 100 kph, so it's not the greatest achievement that we have there. So let's expand this a little bit, so there's a little bit more room here. Do the same thing on the other side. Nice, and I'm tempted that we actually go ahead and grab some additional street access over here. Could do something like that. Yeah, that actually, I like that idea, and then we'll just get out of here, and we'll get a little bit of road there. Oh, look at our money! My goodness, guys, we are really making good money now. Let's get a slightly smaller road, yeah, something like that. Okay, so now that cargo station is nice and up and running here, so that should connect quite nicely over there. Awesome, that is awesome. Let's leave that for now. So that's the van upon case flow. So now what we need to do is I need us to get a new set of trains in here that can move both the construction materials and the fuel and passengers all the way here. And so my idea here is maybe we grab this line. It is filling up completely. We grab this line, and what we do is we manage it, and we say, well, now from here, from Genesis passenger station, you go on to this one here and come back. Let's do that. Let's add a station here. You're going to come in here and do Let's drop passengers off first, and then we go in here, and I just want to rename that, and then you go back to Genesis passenger. Okay, and Genesis goods, and then you go back to Chaos Grad Station, and then you go Chaos Grad Freight. So something like that is effectively now the extension. Is that one out running it there? Oh, not quite yet, but we will get it up and running soon. So that's the thing. Let me quickly rename this as Chaos Flow. Can I just add freight in there? It should be helpful for us a little bit later on. Okay, and now obviously what I want to do is I want to actually upgrade our trains on this line. So let's quickly have a look, manage our vehicles. So these two trains, I would like us to edit these selected vehicles. So at the moment they're not using, so we need some of these wagons as well. Is there any locomotives that could be even better? Crocodile. What does the Crocodile actually do? The top speed for the Crocodile is 75, only that one's 100, but it is very powerful. And since we're only running at about that number, maybe that is the right thing for us to do. We've got a fair bit of money. Alternatively, we just keep running these guys. They do seem to be good enough, but actually I do like the Crocodiles. Shall we upgrade to Crocodiles? I think so. Are we replacing instead? Replace selected vehicles. Or modify. Oh, so now we're modifying them. Okay. So let's say if we grab the Crocodile, we give it a nice nice color like that, and we add that there. Oops, I'm not doing this properly, am I? You can't just drag it, I think. Okay, you do that, the Crocodile. Similarly with this one, I would like us to just add the Crocodile in there. Nice. So now we still have that. And 75 kilometers an hour is not the end of the world, but now we actually have the ability to carry a little bit more stuff here. So I want to add one there and one over there, and then I want to add some of these as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, that's pretty good. And the question is, do we go ahead and add ourselves slightly more of this? 17. What's the weight of this thing? 20 tons, 15 tons. I am wondering whether we do that. I like the idea of doing it. I like the idea of doing it. Let's go ahead and upgrade that. Okay, so let's go and get these newer ones. Can I move this? No. Well, now they're at the back basically. And what is the length here? 167. I think that should be okay. Let's get rid of these guys, and we'll get them in there as well. Nice. Look at that. So let's modify them. No electric path. Where? All of this should be electrified. Okay, hang on. Let's quickly check that out. Where's our overlay for track? Track overlay, right? There is a track overlay somewhere, right? There. Is this track speed limit? Okay, so electrification won't be in here then. It will be right here. If we go ahead and modify tracks to add this, what are we missing? We're missing it over here. Well, let's make sure to get that in place. And over here as well. Nice. Okay, well, interesting that we didn't upgrade that appropriately. Even over here. Okay, well, we'll fix all of that. Over there, nice. All of that's fixed. And then there's, okay, so I basically didn't build the stations with catenaries, but this one has been in fact built that way. So now it should work. Okay, let's quickly see our first Crocodile train coming in here. I think it's going to upgrade now. It didn't modify? What's going on? What is going on? That's not right. Manage the vehicles. I wanted to edit these vehicles. Oh man, I lost it. Come on. Okay, well let's not do edit then. Let's close that out, and what we'll say is let's replace the selected vehicles with something completely new, because we are doing a fairly different style of thing now. And then we can put the passengers at the front again. I think 5 of them at 85. That should be pretty good for us. We're not going to run, I think, mixed trains for a long time, but I think at the starting point it actually works pretty well for us. Now let's do like 1, 2, 3, 4 of these, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. I think that's kind of the idea. So we'll replace those two for that. Nice, excellent. I've got that going for us. What I want to do is I want to actually maybe add an extra one. We'll clone 1 vehicle there. That's going to take a lot of our money. Okay, good stuff. So now it's going to, oh, it's taking it to, I don't think it's necessarily taking it in the right direction here, is it? And what I just wanted to double check with that line ever so quickly. Sorry guys, can I just get this line? I just wanted to check. See this line through here, we need to just make sure it goes to the other side. So Genesis passenger, oh, it cannot. It cannot. It has to run through here because of the fact that we don't have, okay. Yeah, so this is where the problem is going to start coming in. So that's why I don't necessarily think we're going to continue doing it that way. Let's have a quick look at what our lines are actually making at the moment. We've got no lines that's not making money. The ship is doing a decent job, not great, but a decent job. All of the other lines, wow, look at that guy. That guy is doing a decent amount for us. This line was really profitable. Hopefully it'll be even more profitable now. I think it will run straight through there without any problems. Nice. I am wondering, we probably don't see any traffic here just yet. That's the other thing. So let's quickly set up a little bit of an access route for the guys here to get on. And then what we'll do in the last few minutes of the episode, we'll start having a plan of where we're going to go with our food industry. So buildings, we are looking for passenger buildings. We want to do, okay, so we've got this station over here. We need to, well, we probably just almost need the one right here in the center of town, because that's going to be like the only thing. So it's just going to run in there and come straight back, and that's basically what it's going to be. So that was quite simple for us. We'll obviously expand on that a little bit later. So now this line starts over here and then goes over there and comes back. Oh, look at that. That is just awesome. Goes to the crescent and then comes back to the station over here. This line is going to be referred to as road-based van local, and it's going to be passengers, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's it. We've got this over here, so let's see what kind of vehicles we can buy for that. We are looking for passenger vehicles. This is a brand new thing that just came out. However, that one seems to be a fair bit quicker still. Oh, no. This one is, what? Why? Why is the newer one seem so much slower? But it carries a little bit more people. Okay, anyway, what we'll do is I'm just going to go ahead and grab 6 of them, like so, and we're going to assign it to our new line here, the road line for van. There we go. And so hopefully that means there'll become a demand for this area will start happening straight away. We also need a freight mover. So let's get a little bit of that going on. Just a drop-off facility, probably right over here somewhere. Actually, will the back streets over here do for us? I think that's going to be perfect. We'll drop it off right over there. So we need one more line. So let's quickly add that one. So from here, you're going to go, let's say, west. You're going to go over there and come back. I think that's going to be sufficient. Let's do that one. This is another road-based line for van local. And then this is goods freight, I think. Is that what we called it? And that's going to be fine. Good stuff. Now, What I need to do is grab a few of those vehicles also for cargo. We'll just grab maybe like 6 of them also. And we'll assign that to that line. Van, local, good freight. There we go. Excellent. So now the town should have the ability to generate a little bit of demand here. I am looking forward to see how that can go. What it also means is we can start, but this train, for this train with the passengers to stop at these 2 interim stations over here to start moving things around, I don't think is good practice. So we'll probably just not end up doing that. Okay, excellent. Now, the next thing we wanted to do, so that is kind of where we're heading. I do want to put this on a rail line at some point, but let's quickly start looking for a food source in this area, in this vicinity. There's a food source over here that can use meat, coffee, or alcohol, I believe, to create food. There's also one over here. And there's a couple of farms right close by. So I think actually that's probably a decent move for us, is to try and run something over here. We can't do, well, to an extent we can do this with a little bit of shipping, but we'll have to see. I'm kind of thinking the main line needs to run up here. And so then we can start thinking about connecting the next town. That's something that is quite interesting, and we can start collecting. There's like 2 farms over here into that facility for basic food provision over here with some takers straight away. Any other options over here? We've got a livestock farm over here. We've got another farm over there, farm into alcohol. So that we can do. There's a producer over here. Not a lot of farms though. So this is the problem with this area, is there's only the 1 farm, which I'm a little worried about. So yes, I think our next expansion will go into this area so that we can start linking up the food production over here. And that could mean that maybe it makes more sense for us to run a branch line in here to get food, and then that actually kind of makes Genesis our kind of main freight hub over here. Since we've already got the facility, if we run down there, oh, there's fish as well. But this facility doesn't use fish. Interesting. More fish over here. Okay. When we run that over here, we get the freight line in here, and that gets food over here, and then we can disseminate to the rest. Yeah, maybe that's something that could be quite interesting. Okay, I think that's what we're going to do. What's happening with this line? I am really, really worried about us plummeting in terms of profitability on this line. Another train over here, and that train over there, and this one is heading on the way back. Yeah, full. It is full at least, so hopefully we will get that back into profit soon. Yeah, at the moment we're not profitable on that. We need these lines to start running a little bit better. What is on this train? We don't have any of the stuff that we should have on it here. What is waiting over here? Nothing? No freight wanting to go? That is an interesting one. That really is an interesting one. There is definitely a demand here. There is definitely a demand here. Lots of people. Oh, look at these little high-rises coming in. The town is really starting to grow quite nicely now. It is really starting to grow quite nicely. We just need to sort out what we've got over here. I mean, look at how many people we have. So yeah, I think the next thing we need to look at is possibly also starting maybe to split these trains so we can get faster moving passenger trains and separate freight trains. I think that is something that we need to do. I was hoping we can keep some basic goods on there, but maybe it's not the right thing to do. Let's quickly see how much this guy comes in with as he arrives, and I think that's going to be where we end this episode, guys. So please go ahead and tell us in the comments what you think of what's happened over here. Let's quickly see this number. Nice, 1.5 million is pretty good. I'm not sure that's got us right where we need it to be just yet. Lots of construction materials that can move down. Yeah, I think we're becoming ineffective due to what's going on here now. Certainly get everything we got on there, and then you go. Nice. Yeah, but I do think we're becoming slightly ineffective here. We've got this guy. Let's just see how that guy's going. Again with nothing on there. I would have liked there to be fuel on this, actually. Is this guy coming in? With some passengers, which we expected to be low passengers from van just at the moment. Okay, it should pick up at 85 here. That's good. Is it going to move on to that one? Let's just double check that it moves on. Moves on to Genesis Cargo, but there's absolutely nothing to load here. Yeah, so there's a little... Something's funny over here, unless we've... Hang on, let's quickly have another look. I just want to have a look here. We're not saying that they can or cannot pick up stuff here, right? Overview, manage this. Manage the line, yeah. So we're not saying anything in terms of pick up, not pick up. So it should be able to pick up anything over here. And I would have liked us to be able to pick up the fuel. It becomes a little bit of a challenge for us. Oh, we still have only one track through here. Oh yeah, it's waiting. Lots of waiting going on. Okay, anyway, we will need to optimize that line. So what are the things that we're focusing on next? Next time we will definitely be starting to look at connecting up some food. We need to do some optimization on this little line over here. Is there anything other optimizations that we need to do? I think we need probably maybe do the split. So tell me what you think in the comments. Do we split freight and passenger transport now because it's starting to become a little bit of a problem? What do we do? Tell me what you think. Where should we go? Food first, optimization, freight and passenger line splits. What else? What else is there? Yeah, I don't know. The extra bypass cargo split over there. Anything over here, van that we need to do? Okay, you'll tell me in the comments. Guys, if you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. Also, if you're interested in grabbing this game, I do have, and supporting the channel, I do have an affiliate link that I'll pop into the corner over there, so you can have a look at the link there if you're interested. And yeah, please hit the like button if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.